Welcome to the 2020 i3 Day at the University of Charleston. I'm President Marty Roth, and i3 Day is a special event on our campus every year, celebrating the great ideas, innovations, and inspirations generated by our students, faculty, and staff. What's new this year is we're conducting i3 Day virtually. Even though we can't come together physically on campus, we know all of the great ideas, innovations, and inspirations that our faculty and staff and students have to share need to get out there for all of us to see, to enjoy, and to learn from. This year, moving i3 Day virtually resulted in over 450 people voting on the final four contestants that bubbled up from the many entries that we had throughout the competition. So let's find out who are the big winners in the 2020 virtual i3 Day competition. Here to share more with us is our Director of Innovation at the University of Charleston, David Ramsberg. David, take it away.
Thank you, President Roth, and welcome to the i3 Grand Champion Awards. Before we get to the awards, I first want to thank all the students, faculty, and staff who presented their ideas, innovations, and inventions. You are the heart of i3. I would also like to thank those who worked hard behind the scenes to adapt i3 from a live event to a virtual one, especially those in the Worley Innovation Center and our friends at UC Communications, that entire team who helped bring i3 to life. I also want to thank the community judges who helped us narrow the field down to the final four. Every year we have 50 plus judges, and this year was no different, even in a virtual environment. So thank you for giving your time, energy, and expertise to this event. And finally, perhaps most importantly, I want to thank everyone who participated in the Final Four event. Our goal with the virtual event was to maintain the engagement and interest in i3, and you more than delivered. We had close to 1,400 views on the Final Four event, and we had over 450 votes cast. Thank you for not only watching, but actively participating in i3. Now let's get to what you came to see. This year, the runner-up in virtual i3 will receive an extra $1,000 in addition to their category winnings. The grand champion will receive an additional $2,000. And now, the top two presentations as determined by all of you. After advancing from a tough product, process, and service category with several strong entries, the 2020 virtual i3 runner-up is Golfaholic, Timothy McCutcheon and Courtney Whittington.
My name is Tim McCutcheon, my partner's name is Courtney Whittington, and today for the i3 presentation I will be showing you all the app Golfaholic. Golfaholic is an app where anyone can play golf with anybody in a local area so that nobody has to play by themselves. This is essentially the Match.com for golf, but our app is able to offer discounts at pro shops.
And you don't have to be 18 or older to use our app.
There are two separate leagues, a recreational league where anybody can play for fun and meet new people, and a competitive league where people have the chance to earn discounts at golf shops by playing Golfaholic tournaments at their local golf course. The rec league is set up when someone puts their profile out on our server so the others can elect to play with them. They put their age, gender, what tee box they shoot from, and what their scores usually range from. We don't want people that shoot a typical 90 playing miserably with someone who just missed out on the PGA Tour and shoots 5 under par on average. Once someone elects to play with you, and others if they choose to, a chat will be created in order to establish where and when the match will take place. People will still have to pay to play, but if you build up your golf score on Golfaholic, you can possibly earn deals at your local courses. Our competitive league is much different. Golfaholic will be partnered with every public golf course in America, which gives us the flexibility to create our own tournaments. These tournaments aren't like Junior Callaway tournaments in Glade Springs, West Virginia, where you win and go home with a trophy nobody cares about. When you win a Golfaholic tournament, you win big discounts at our tournament sponsors like Dick's, Titleist, Golf Galaxy, and many more stores with golf gear. Our app is also designed to keep track of your play on the course. These days, people like to keep track of their score online so that they can calculate their handicap. They also have a GPS map to help them navigate the holes. We have scoped out every course in America so that you're able to use our tracking feature. After our complimentary 1-week free trial, people have a choice of 2 memberships, 3 months for $25 or 1 month for $10. We know golf isn't a year-long sport, so why should you have to pay a year-long membership? For our revenue streams, we'll get money through our memberships and our advertising on the app, but what we're really excited about is our tee time fees. We sponsor every golf course on our app so people can elect to play there. In exchange, every tee time that is scheduled through our app has a fee the golf course has to pay Golfaholic. One person is $6, 2 people is $8, 3 people is $10, and 4 people is $12. The golfers don't pay this fee. We can't stress this enough. It comes from the money that they give to play at the course, so they won't have to pay anything extra. We're going to need $25,000 to create this app, but our profits will absolutely demolish that number once we're up and running. Our job is to get an investor to believe in us and show them why we are the next big app. Thank you for listening to our i3 presentation and our business idea of Golfaholic.
Congratulations, Timothy and Courtney, on an outstanding idea and presentation. It's obvious you've been putting in the work to build out this idea. We look forward to seeing your future successes. And now, the 2020 Virtual i3 Grand Champion. When we took i3 into a virtual environment, we knew we had to be innovative. But this year's winner took that innovation to a whole new level. In adapting to an online presentation, the presentation itself became a work of art. The 2020 Virtual i3 Grand Champion is Revival by Regia Salim. Congratulations, Regia, and please keep sharing your innovative perspectives with all of us.
Hello, judges. My name is Regia, and that is me drawing away. Last year around this time, I decided to quit social media, and I mean everything. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all of it. I did this after learning about the goldfish effect, which refers to having a short attention span. I mean, every single day, for hours, I would browse 4 to 5 second videos and content with relatively meaningless information, and it became part of my habit. And over the years, I find myself having a hard time focusing on tasks that required attention over a long period of time. I was getting bored doing things that required a lot of time and patience, especially things I used to love doing every single day before I had a smartphone, like drawing, painting, and even printmaking. We know that the brain is a muscle, and like any other muscle, it needs training and exercise. And I was basically training mine to short timescale, transient actions. I knew I had to change something and break free from the cycle of meaningless entertainment that I was feeding my soul. So I quit cold turkey, and it was the best thing I ever did. For the first few days, my hands would just grab my phone, and I would stare blankly at the home screen wondering, why did I just pick this up? We really are creatures of habit. I decided that I wanted to create an artistic project that required a lot of time and consisted of intricate details, something that I could always have as a reminder to stop and slow down, to remind me of the importance of creating longevity in my habits. I started learning about different types of art forms once again, and came to learn about the Japanese culture of kawaii, which literally translates to cuteness. At first it sounded silly, but I kept looking into it, and it was amazing how a whole nation was obsessed with this art form. I decided I wanted to create my own version of this, and I wanted my kawaii to be a work of revival of creation and innovation. Sometimes taking a step away from technology can free our minds to think and create something beautiful and meaningful. I also want to point out how almost 15 hours of my work could be condensed in a quick 3-minute video. And as a viewer, you don't get the experience that I got in those 15 hours of no distractions, just my imagination and creation. Quitting social media was a beautiful experience for me, and I hope I have inspired you to do the same, the revival of inspiration.
This concludes the 2020 Virtual i3 event. Thank you again to everyone who participated in any way. We look forward to seeing you again next year in the 2021 edition of i3.